the judge who judged thousands, until he faced his own judgment. For over 30 years, Judge Nathaniel Carter was known as the fairest judge in the city. People trusted his rulings. Lawyers respected his wisdom. Newspapers praised his integrity. To the public, he was the face of justice. But there was a truth no one knew. Behind the black robe, behind the courtroom speeches, behind the image of honor, he had quietly destroyed innocent lives. And every time his conscience spoke to him, he told himself the same lie. One day, I'll make things right. But that day never came, because one quiet evening, while studying case files in his office, Judge Carter suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. And within seconds, the man who had judged thousands of lives collapsed to the floor and died. What happened next was something no courtroom on earth could prepare him for. The courtroom always went silent when Judge Nathaniel Carter walked in. "All rise." His black robe flowed behind him as he took his seat at the bench. For decades, he had been known as a symbol of fairness. He spoke calmly. He listened carefully. He delivered verdicts with confidence. People trusted him. But inside, a quiet corruption had taken root. Years earlier, when he first became a judge, Nathaniel Carter truly believed in justice. He promised himself he would protect the innocent and punish the guilty. But slowly, small compromises began to creep in. One day, a wealthy businessman stood before his court, accused of fraud. The evidence against him was overwhelming. The man knew he was about to lose everything. So after the court session ended, he quietly approached Judge Carter in his office. He slid an envelope across the desk. "Think of it as appreciation," the man said. Judge Carter frowned. "I don't take bribes." The man simply smiled. "Just open it." Inside the envelope was more money than Carter made in 6 months. Judge Carter stared at it. His heart pounded. His conscience whispered no. But another voice spoke louder. "No one will ever know." After a long moment, he took the envelope. That was the first step down a road he never expected to walk. The corruption grew. Years passed. The bribes became easier. The excuses became stronger. Powerful criminals walked free. Meanwhile, innocent people sometimes paid the price. One afternoon, a young man stood before the court, accused of armed robbery. Tears ran down his face. "Your Honor, I didn't do it," he pleaded. "Please, I have a wife and 2 children." But the real criminal had already paid someone, who paid someone else, who eventually paid Judge Carter. Judge Carter avoided the man's eyes. The courtroom was silent as he lifted his gavel. "Based on the evidence presented," he said coldly, "this court finds you guilty." The man collapsed to his knees. "Please, I'm innocent." His wife began crying from the back of the courtroom, but the gavel struck. Bang! 25 years in prison. Judge Carter felt a brief sting of guilt, but he pushed it away with the same excuse he always used. "I'll fix it later. One day I'll make things right." Days became years. Years became decades. His reputation grew. People called him the pillar of justice. But every night when the courthouse emptied, he felt the quiet weight of his guilt. Still, he told himself, later. One evening, long after everyone had gone home, Judge Carter sat alone in his office. Stacks of case files surrounded him. Only a desk lamp lit the room. He opened an old file. It was the case of the young man he had sentenced years earlier. New evidence had just arrived. Evidence that proved the man had been innocent. Judge Carter's hands trembled. His heart sank. God, what have I done? For the first time in years, the weight of his actions crashed down on him. He leaned back in his chair and whispered, "I'll reopen the case tomorrow. I'll fix this. I promise." But suddenly, a sharp pain exploded in his chest. He gasped. His vision blurred. The room began to spin. He tried to stand, but his legs collapsed beneath him. The last thing he saw was the floor rushing toward his face, and then darkness. Moments later, Judge Carter opened his eyes, but he was no longer in his office. The air felt different. The sky glowed with a strange light. He slowly stood up, confused. Where am I? Then he noticed someone standing before him, a being filled with light. powerful, majestic, terrifying in its holiness. Judge Carter's voice trembled. Am I dead? The angel looked at him and replied calmly, "Yes." The words struck him like a thunderbolt. His legs gave out and he fell to his knees. No, that can't be. I still have work to do. There are unfinished cases. I was going to fix everything. The angel's expression did not change. The time given to you on earth has ended. Judge Carter shook his head in panic. No, please, give me more time. I'll make things right. But the angel replied quietly, every soul says that when time runs out. Then the angel said, come, you must stand before the judge. In an instant, everything changed. Judge Carter now stood in a courtroom far greater than any on earth. But this time, he was not the judge. He was the one on trial. Before him stood a throne filled with unimaginable glory. The presence of God filled the place. Judge Carter trembled uncontrollably. Every secret he had hidden, every bribe he had taken, every innocent life he had destroyed, came flooding back into his mind. A powerful voice filled the courtroom. Nathaniel Carter. He fell flat on the ground. You were given authority to defend justice, the voice said, but you sold justice for profit. Scenes began appearing before him. The envelope of money, the innocent man begging for mercy, families crying in courtrooms. Judge Carter began sobbing. I was going to fix it. I promise. I was going to fix it. The voice replied, you had 30 years, yet you chose corruption again and again. Silence filled the courtroom. Judge Carter whispered through tears, is there mercy for someone like me? Then the voice answered, justice cannot be bribed here. Judge Carter's body trembled with fear. Please, give me one more chance. I'll go back. I'll reopen every case. I'll free the innocent. I'll return the money. I'll tell the truth. His cries echoed through the courtroom, but the answer came with terrible finality. The time given to you on earth has ended. Justice must now be served. Two powerful angels stepped forward. They took hold of him. Judge Carter began struggling in terror. No, please, I'm begging you. I was going to fix everything. But the angels began dragging him away. God, have mercy, he screamed. Then massive gates opened before him. Beyond them was a terrifying darkness. Flames burned in the distance. Judge Carter's voice broke into desperate screams. Please, I'm sorry, please. But it was too late. The angels carried him toward the darkness and threw him into the place prepared for those who rejected justice. The gates closed behind him, and his cries faded into the flames. The tragedy of Judge Carter was not that he made mistakes. The tragedy was that he believed he had more time to repent, more time to change, more time to make things right. But time ran out, and one day, every one of us will stand before the ultimate judge. On that day, there will be no lawyer, no excuses, and no second chances. Only truth. So the real question is, if your life ended tonight, what would your judgment be?